Another beautiful moment to read another chapter of Swami Anand Arun's book, Lone Seeker, Many Masters. This time it will be the 20th chapter, and it will be about Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan. So please enjoy. Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan. The concept of Leela Sahachari is unique to Eastern tradition. It is believed that every enlightened master descends on earth with a few highly evolved souls who complete the circle as his disciples. These disciples are regarded as the extensions of the divine consciousness of the master and are indispensable in the fulfillment of the mission of a master. So, this is a picture of, I don't know, Buddha with, this is Buddha with Mahamodgalyan and Sariputra. Genau. The two principal disciples of Buddha were born on the same day near Nalanda, towards the south of Rajgriha, the capital of Kingdom of Magadha. Both were born into well-to-do Brahmin families who knew each other very well. At a very young age, both were disenchanted with the world and became disciples of Acharya Sanjaya Betaliputra, a well-known teacher in the area. Buddha was spending his second year on the Gidakuti hill, and one of his first 5 disciples, Ashvachit, came to Nalanda begging for alms. Sariputra saw Ashvachit and felt a mysterious pull towards the serene monk. Seeing the peace and grace radiating from Ashvachit, Sariputra asked him, "All your senses seem peaceful and joyous. For which master have you renounced the world, and what is your master's teaching?" Ashvachit said, "I am the disciple of Shakya Prince Tathagata Buddha. His teachings include the 4 Noble Truths, the 5 Disciplines, and the Eightfold Path. He is now in Gidakuti. You can go and meet him by yourself." Ashvachit's words touched a deep chord in Sariputra's heart, and he felt as if he had finally found a key to the mysteries of life. He rushed to meet his friend Mahamodgalyan. Seeing him, Mahamodgalyan said, You look extremely blissful today, as though the rays of truth have descended upon you. Who is the source of this grace?" Sariputra relayed how he had met Ashvachit and asked Mahamodgalyan to go with him to meet Buddha. Mahamodgalyan said, "Let's ask Acharya Sanjaya Betaliputra to go with us as well." They both went to meet Betaliputra in his ashram, where he lived with 250 disciples. Betaliputra became jealous after hearing from them about Buddha and refused to go. He said, "Why are you leaving me now? Why are you are young and I have become old. Stay here and look after the ashram. I will make you the heads of this ashram." Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan did not like Betaliputra's proposal, and they said, "We are going to meet Buddha. If anyone else also wants to come, they are welcome." As they stood to leave, all of Betaliputra's disciples stood up and followed Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan. When Buddha saw Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan coming towards him along with 250 seekers, he said to his disciples who were present with him, "Look, the 2 pillars of my religion have arrived." They came close to Buddha and sat down. The sermon of Buddha melted their hearts. Sariputra, Mahamodgalyan, and all the others who had come along joined the Buddha Sangha. Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan had been meditating for many lives. In his Jataka tales, Buddha has said that Sariputra had been meditating intensely for his past 60 lives. Due to the grace of Buddha and the virtues of their past lives, Mahamodgalyan attained the state of Artatva just in 7 days, and Sariputra in 3 weeks after they became initiated. Sariputra was adept in understanding and explaining Buddha's message, and he was respected second only to Buddha. Well known for his humbleness and unceasing gratitude towards his master, he was the main acharya or teacher of the Buddha Sangha, but his lifestyle was very simple. As said in the Buddhist scriptures, once the Buddha Sangha was coming towards Shravashti, and it became dark before the members had arrived there. They had to spend the night on the road most of the bhikkhus occupied the best places to sleep. Sariputra, not finding a proper place, slept under a tree outside Buddha's cottage. In the night, Buddha heard someone cough and came out of his hut and asked, "Who is there?" Sariputra answered, "It is I, Sariputra." When Buddha asked him why he was sleeping outside, Sariputra said there wasn't enough room indoors, so he had to sleep there. The next morning, Buddha scolded everyone and said that Sariputra should be treated second only to him and that the best provision should be made for him. Sariputra, on the other hand, had no complaints and would have had none even if he had spent the night in the cold. When everyone would leave to beg for alms, Sariputra would clean and tend to the sick. Since Ashvachit had inspired Sariputra to meet Buddha, Sariputra felt a deep gratitude towards Ashvachit throughout his life. Every morning he would bow down in the direction where Ashvachit would be. He had no special demands. He used to say, "Neither do I have the desire to live, nor do I hanker to die. Whatever comes along the way, I accept it with gratitude." Buddha himself used to praise Sariputra often. Since Buddha had meditated constantly for 6 years, in extreme conditions at Bodh Gaya, he had developed a back problem. Sometimes his back would start aching while he was giving discourse. At such times, Buddha would tell Sariputra to continue the discourse and would go to rest. Once Sariputra was giving a discourse as Buddha had fallen ill. When Buddha heard Sariputra talk about the Buddha Dharma, Buddha couldn't resist himself and came out of his hut and said, "O Saint Sariputra, you have understood the core of the Dharma and explained it better than I have." Buddha's disciples took turns caring for him. When his health worsened, it was decided that one person who knew the habits and needs of Buddha very well should be given the responsibility of the job. The caretaker of Buddha had to walk like his shadow and serve him with full awareness 24 hours a day. All of them were scared by the demands of this work, but Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan were the first to say they would love to do that work. Buddha say, "The two of them are my shadows. Where I cannot reach, they will have to go, so I cannot bind them to me." After that, Buddha chose Ananda, a very wise and compassionate monk, as his personal caretaker. Mahamodgalyan was special in his own way. His continuous intense meditation had made him the master of many cities, but he would never show it in public. When the mind becomes still after continuous intense meditation, some cities develop naturally. In yoga they are called the Ashtasiddhi, 8 cities, and Mahamodgalyan was adept in all of them. Buddha was against displaying such psychic powers in public, as such practice would lead to the fall of the meditator. While he was at Nalanda, his disciples said, "If you allow Mahamodgalyan, a son of this land, to display some of his cities to the people here, the whole of Nalanda will join the Buddha Sangha." Buddha refused this outright and said, "People should join my religion by understanding its real value and not by being impressed by some magic trick." During Buddha's time, it was the norm among yogis to show off their cities and earn wealth and respect from the common folk. Once Mahamodgalyan and a fellow bhikkhu Pindula Bhardwaj were coming towards the city of Rajgriha. Seeing them, a rich merchant placed a golden bowl on a bamboo stick and challenged them by saying, "You are a Siddha bhikkhus, aren't you? If you can take this bowl from the bamboo by using your siddhi, then I will donate the bowl to you filled with gold coins." Mahamodgalyan was not interested, but Pindola became excited and was able to extract the bowl that was stuck on the bamboo. From then on, Pindolo Bhardwaj was hailed wherever he went. When Buddha heard this, he called him and scolded him harshly. "You have committed a great crime. You made a cheap show of the divine siddhi that you gained out of your meditation, just as the prostitute tempts her clients for a little money by lifting her skirt and showing her undergarments. People who join the Sangha by being tempted by siddhis can't walk on the path stably and always hanker to achieve miraculous powers." After saying this, Buddha banned the show of powers in his Sangha. Both Mahamodgalyan and Sariputra were older than Buddha. When Sariputra's health worsened while he was in Magadha doing his master's work, he came to Shravasti and made a request of Buddha. "My body wants to take rest forever. Please give me the permission for Mahaparinirvana." When Buddha asked him where he would like to take Mahaparinirvana, he answered, "I would like to go to Nalanda and take it in the presence of my mother." Buddha said, "Sariputra, do whatever you feel is right." And he bade him farewell. Before leaving, Sariputra said, "In my past life I was able to meet a Buddha named Anumdarshi and had wished to be a disciple of such a Buddha. My wish was fulfilled when I was able to be your disciple. I have had the good fortune of meditating in your presence and serving you in many lives. From here on I will not be able to have that fortune because this is your last life, and so is it of many of us here. Now we won't be able to be born again with you and take part in your Leela, and that makes me very sad. If I have been of any harm to you or your Sangha in this or in my past life, then I ask you and the whole Sangha for forgiveness." Buddha said, "Sariputra, you have never done anything that I haven't liked." The whole Buddha Sangha was filled with sentiments while saying goodbye to Sariputra. Buddha came to the main gate of Chetwan to bid him farewell. Sariputra went around Buddha 3 times and, making the whole Sangha emotional, left for Nalanda with his youngest brother Chunda. Sariputra's mother had been extremely angry at Buddha because all her sons, Sariputra, Chunda, Upasan and Revat, and all her daughters, Chala, Upachala and Shipuchala, had become bhikkhus. She was happy to see Sariputra come home, as she thought that he had left the Sangha, and she felt that finally in old age some sense had come to him. But her happiness vanished, and she became very sad when she heard from Sariputra that he had come there to leave his body. Hearing that Sariputra had come home to leave his body, all the important people of Magadha came to have his darshan bearing gifts. Finally, when King Ajatasattu himself arrived to pay his respects to Sariputra, his mother realized the value of her son and Buddha. She also expressed her wish to join the Buddha Sangha and was initiated by Sariputra. In this way, Sariputra freed himself from his debt to his mother. To the bhikkhus who had come to have his last darshan, he said, "Bhikkhus, we are very fortunate that we had a great master like the Tathagata. Never be careless towards him." Sariputra left his body in the morning of the full moon day of the month of November. Chunda performed the last rites and went to Shravasti after 15 days with Sariputra's robes, begging bowel and his holy remains. Buddha said, "Bhikkhus, the intelligent, composed and forgiving image of compassion, Sariputra has achieved Mahaparinirvana. Let's pray for him." The whole Buddha Sangha started to mourn. Hearing that his beloved friend had left his body, Mahamodgalyan didn't rise from where he was, and sitting there left his body too. The 2 friends who were born on the same day achieved Mahaparinirvana in an interval of 15 days. Sariputra and Mahamodgalyan were Leela Sahachari of Buddha. The concept of Leela Sahachari is unique to Eastern tradition. It is believed that every enlightened master descends on earth with a few highly evolved souls who complete the circle as his disciples. These disciples are regarded as the extensions of the divine consciousness of the master and are indispensable in the fulfillment of the mission of a master. The death of these 2 Leela Sahachari marked the end of an era in Buddhist history. Buddha himself said, "Just as a big tree looks frail and naked when its branches fall, so have I become alone after these 2 have attained Mahaparinirvana."